Hello everyone, I am Kunika and I am your e-pedagogue for the subject of science. Students, today we will be adventuring a lot with our chapter, that is chapter number 9, Apugo. Why I said this stuff adventuring is because we are going to listen to a lot of stories full of adventure and I would say camping. So this is a story about a camp from a teacher which also mentions a few very important people such as Bachendri Pal. I'm sure students, some of you must have heard her name. So let's start with the chapter and look out for a lot of activities and adventure and how it makes us feel. Let's start with this mountaineering camp which is dated as 2nd February 1984. Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, Uttarkashi. We were at the mountaineering camp and were very excited. 20 of us were teachers from Kendra Vidyalayas. There were other women from banks and other institutions. Today was the second day of the camp. In the morning, as I got out of bed and put my foot down, I screamed in pain. I remembered yesterday's 26-kilometer walk with a heavy rucksack on my back. I was afraid to go back to the steep climb with the narrow, rough path. So here we start with the story by getting to know our characters. तो बच्चों यहाँ हमें बताया गया है कि 20 of them were teachers from the Kendra Vidyalaya schools. Then there were other women from banks and other institutions. तो ये कुछ ऐसी women की story है बच्चों जो कि एक बहुत difficult से camp में रह रहे हैं and let us see their experience as one of them shared how she was scared and in pain to go back to that 26-kilometer steep climb. इसका मतलब बच्चों वो एक क्लाइम ऑलरेडी कैंप में कर चुके थे एंड शी इज डिक्टेटिंग हर एक्सपीरियंस अबाउट हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट वाज. आई एम श्योर बच्चों यू ऑल मस्ट हैव विजिटेड सम प्लेस वेयर यू वर आस्क्ड टू क्लाइम. If not some place, let's take an example about how we climb in our daily lives. Students, all of us have climbed stairs. Now, I think you all must realize how walking and climbing stairs are different. I think climbing stairs requires a lot more energy and strength. That is what must have happened here. Let's move ahead. With tears in my eyes, I started walking slowly towards the room of Brigadier Gyan Singh, the director of our adventure course. I was thinking of what I would say to excuse myself from that day's trek. Suddenly, I heard his deep voice from behind. Madam, what are you doing here at breakfast time? Hurry up, otherwise you will have to trek on an empty stomach. Now, this particular woman decides to go to their brigadier and tell him that I'm not going to trek today. But before she could do that, he commanded her that what are you doing here? Why don't you go grab some breakfast? Otherwise, you will have to trek on an empty stomach. And students, I hope you all realize how difficult it is to do physical work when we have not eaten. Similar is the case here students. जब ब्रिगेडियर ने उन्हें बोला कि आप खाली पेट नहीं ट्रैक कर पाएंगे तो ऐसा क्यों डिफिकल्टी उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस करी? क्योंकि बच्चों उनकी बॉडी में कोई एनर्जी नहीं होगी. But she went there to create an excuse. Let's see what happened. Sir, I could not say anymore. You have came to tell me that you have blisters on your feet. That you cannot walk, isn't it? Yes, sir. This is nothing new. Now get ready quickly. Now, before she could complete her entire sentence, the brigadier guessed it right. It happens with us so many times, students. जब हम किसी से कोई बात करने जाते हैं और हमारे बोलने से पहले ही they guess us. This is what happened with that lady. And brigadier pointed out that what do you have? Do you have blisters? क्या आपके पैरों में छाले पड़ गए हैं from that long trek? Are your feet hurting? Is that what you came to tell me? And she said, yes sir, that was going to be my excuse for not trekking. And he told her, this is nothing new. This is what happens when we trek all the time. So go on and get ready. I hung my head and rushed back to get ready. I had just turned when I heard his voice again. Listen, madam, you will lead group number 7. You will have to help any member who has difficulty climbing the mountain. You have already been told about the responsibilities of a group leader in the mountains. Now, another voice of the brigadier she heard saying that, madam, you will be a group leader. Group leader to group number 7, and whosoever will be having difficulty climbing, you will help that person out. Students, can you guess why would he have done so? And another question that I have coming for you all is that how does it feel to be a leader? That is what we're going to discuss in this particular segment. Let us start by discussing these questions. Have you ever seen the mountains? Have you also climbed a mountain? When and where? Students, I hope you must have seen mountains. If not, we are going to put some pictures for you to see it. I think I have seen mountains in a few hill stations like Shimla, Manali, Shivaliks, Himalayas, and so many times in pictures, students. Have you ever climbed a mountain? I did a trek, and there is also very famous pilgrim station for all of us called Vaishno Devi, which is followed by a trek reaching a temple. That is an example of a trek. I'm sure, students, you all must be adding a lot of your experiences. Explore, find out, look for some images, your childhood pictures, your relatives, your parents. How far have you walked at one time? How far can you walk? Students, this is about walking. As we started discussing by climbing the stairs and walking, तो बच्चों जब हम किसी चीज़ को climb करते हैं, for example a trek, it is much more difficult. But when we have to walk for a long time, it is also difficult. ऐसा क्यों होता है बच्चों? I get it. Climbing is more difficult than walking, but walking for a very long distance can also be very stressful. It starts to hurt our feet, and also our energy level is reduced. But that doesn't mean we're not going to do it. So students, if I share my experience of how far I would have walked, I think it would go around as far as 10 kilometers, and I was dead tired. But let's move on and see what are we going to discuss now. What do you think about the paths on the mountains? Draw a picture. Students, all of you are going to draw a picture for me and for you, and you can share it with your friends about how do you think the path of mountains are. Students, if you have not visited the mountains or their path, or you were too young to remember, that is perfectly fine. You can look at a picture from the internet, from any book, or you can seek help from your parents, your siblings, or you can imagine of how a path is going to look like for a mountain. Let's move on to another thing, another story, I think. A big responsibility. I started thinking about what a leader must do. Students, I also gave you this question about leadership. Let's move on and think about it. Help others in carrying their bags. Let the group go ahead and keep to the last. Help those who cannot climb properly. Find a good place to stop and rest. Look after those who are not well. Arrange for food for the group. The most important thing is to be ready to be punished even when someone else may have done your mistake. I realized that there was a special kind of discipline here. I wondered whether the camp will be still fun. So she mentioned a few more responsibilities of a leader. Students, the foremost and the most important part of being a leader is to realize that you are a leader, and that is a responsibility. Instead of taking things in a fun way, let's stick to the part where we feel responsible towards ourselves and others. Like she writes here, how she helped in carrying bags, arranging food, water, the few basics of a trek that are very, very important. To find a good place to stop and rest, look after those people who are not well. Just like when someone is not well in our families, we look after them. A lot of times when our parents are not home, we also look after our younger siblings. Students, that is responsibility. That is being a leader in its true self. We do not have to go to a particular trek to realize that we also can be responsible leaders. The very important thing that is mentioned here is getting the punishment. So many times बच्चों, हमारे छोटे भाई बहन या कोई और हमारी जगह गलती करता है, but us being the responsible elder take up the responsibility and our leadership skills to face the consequences. तो बच्चों, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हमें किसी और की गलती पर डांट पड़ जाती है या कभी कभी हमें रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी खुद भी लेनी पड़ती है. Always remember, students, that is a good trait of attaining and having responsibility in our lives. That is what she must have done. Another thing that she accomplished here was discipline. I am sure, bachcho, before lockdown, all of us used to follow a strict timetable in school. That is what taught us discipline and also a lot of routine things at our home. But now, since all of us must have been a little lazy, me included, but realizing your responsibility, becoming a leader definitely teaches you discipline. Group number 7. Group number 7 included girls from Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Nagaland. Before moving on, students, can you guess which part of India are these states from? I think they are from the northeastern region of our country. Let's move on. I was the only teacher from Kendra Vidyalaya in this group. I was happy to meet my new group members. Most of them could not speak Hindi as well. I still feel bad that after being together for 21 days, I could not talk even once with Kondonbi from Mizoram. She spoke only Mizo. But in our hearts, we grew closer to each other. Students, now she shares the constituents of her group, that group number 7 had a lot of girls from different states of our country. She, who could not speak the northeastern language, had a linguistic barrier. Students, we must understand here that being responsible, being a leader means to identify and realize that diversities are everywhere. But the most important thing is we should respect each and every diversity. जैसे कि बच्चों, हमने यहाँ difference of language देखा कि her friend from Mizoram could only speak Mizo, and that is why she could not talk to her, converse with her. But in our hearts, in their hearts, as she said, there was a connection. तो बच्चों, इससे हमें क्या पता चलता है? Another responsibility as a good leader, as a good human being, says that we should respect everybody's sensitive space. जैसे कि यहाँ पे एक language barrier था, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है that we cannot communicate. Remember, students, we talked a lot about communication in our previous chapters. So remember, communication is about expressing and not language. That is another trait of being a great leader. Let us discuss by answering a few questions. What do you think about the responsibilities of a group leader? Students, if I look at it, it could be being responsible for everyone's safety, arranging for first aid kits. So these are the two responsibilities that I identified in particulars to this group number 7. But there are other responsibilities for a group leader. They could be maintaining the decorum, maintaining the discipline, looking out for everybody, and much more. I'm sure, students, you are also going to write a lot of responsibilities what you think are of a group leader. How would you feel if you were made a leader in such a camp? Where I would feel so excited and thrilled, as it would be an great exposure to understand what it means to be a leader. Students, I'm sure you all must have been appointed as monitors, as a lot of roles in classroom, and you also must have felt responsible. Write down, pen down your experiences of feeling that. What does a monitor in your class have to do? See, now we have another question based on you students. You can write your own experiences, your friends' experiences about how the monitor can maintain discipline, look out for the work that is being done in a class, look out for people or students who need help in homework, in classwork. As me, when I was a monitor, I used to help a lot of students who were absent on a particular day. Write your own experiences here, students. Would you like to be the class monitor? Why? I would love to be the class monitor, as I would love to take that responsibility and figure out what kind of a leader am I going to be. So students, this is all about you guys, and you will write your own experiences here. Let's move on to another very fascinating story. Crossing the river, dated 5 February 1984. We got vitamin C, iron tablets and hot chocolate milk with our breakfast. These were given for strength and to keep us warm in the cold. Every morning there would be a medical checkup. We tied our bandages and counted the days left. After an 8-kilometer trek, we reached a river. There was a thick rope tied across the river from one bank to the other. The rope was tightly fixed to pegs or pythons on both the sides. I was feeling nervous. I started thinking what would happen if the rope came out. I was trying to estimate how wide the river was. Students, this is a very fun experience story. This is about crossing the river. Now, before starting the story, we talk about a few essentials here, and they are vitamin C, iron tablets, hot chocolate. Students, it is very important for all of us to note, especially in today's world, how important vitamin C is. It provides us with energy, with immunity and strength in our body to keep us going for the activities. Then we have iron tablets, which do not let the iron deficiency make our body weak. As when we do a lot of adventurous activities, we need all the strength, and iron tablets provide us with that. Hot chocolate milk is a very yummy supplement here, which provides us with warmth. Students, this clearly tells us that since the water of the river is freezing cold, we need something to keep us warm. Let's move ahead as to what happened. Now, she tells us how every morning there would be a medical checkup for them. We tied our bandages and counted the days left. Every time when there was an injury, students, remember, there can be many injuries. What we can do to prevent them is to move very swiftly, very carefully, and carry first aid kits. I'm sure, students, you are noting these points, these very important preventive measures. After an 8-kilometer trek, they reached a river. So they had already trekked for 8 kilometers. Now what they see is very fascinating, as we also see in the picture. There was a rope tied above the river, and that is where the crossing of river started. The rope was tightly fixed to pegs or pythons. Now the rope was tightly fixed to both the ends flanking the river, and still she was feeling nervous. Students, often we see that there is a lot of protection for us, but we still feel nervous. That is perfectly fine, students. Sometimes we feel excited towards adventure, sometimes we are scared, sometimes we are nervous, sometimes we are not able to do it as well. But इसका ये मतलब नहीं है बच्चों कि हम डर जाएंगे. We should always try to the fullest that we can. I'm sure if I would have been at her place, I would have been scared as well. Now she started to thinking that all of us must have thought, what would happen if the rope came out? She will fall directly into the river, and then it is going to be a misery. She was also, while being on top of the rope, she was also trying to figure out how wide the river was. Let us see, students, what happens ahead. Our instructor tied a rope around his waist and put a sling, which is a type of hook, in it. He then put the sling on the thick rope tied across the river. Walking through the icy water, he went to the other side. No one was ready to step into the fast-flowing river. Everyone was pushing each other to go first. I stood last in the line, hoping that no one would see me. Just then, our instructor came near me with the sling and rope in his hands. I knew there was no escape now. I was ready but did not have the courage. Sir could guess my fears. He called out loudly, "3 cheers for Sangeeta, madam." And before I knew it, someone had gently pushed me into the water. तो स्टूडेंट्स, जैसा कि हमने अभी देखा था कि कैसे पानी जो था वो scaring them because it was ice cold, but there was another scare, that was that they were afraid to do the adventure. Although the proper protection was there by having a waist around a rope around the waist and a sling, which is a type of hook, as you can see in the picture. This combined is also known as a harness. बच्चों, ये हार्नेस इसलिए यूज होता है कि हम कोई भी एडवेंचर एक्टिविटी करें तो उसमें इंजरी ना हो, हम कहीं गिर ना जाएं. Now this again comes to the scary part where the water was freezing. कोई भी बच्चा, कोई भी जो था वहाँ, वो जाना नहीं चाहता था. Nobody wanted to step in the fast flowing freezing cold water. But what happened was, as Sangeeta was telling us, she was very nervous being the group leader and also for doing the activity. She thought कि मैं तो last में खड़ी हूँ, nobody would notice me. That happens with all of us students. A lot of times in our classes, in our online classes, in our school also, जब हमें कोई answer नहीं देना होता, we keep quiet, we lay low. But sometimes what happens, our teacher catches us and we are asked to give the answer. This is what happened with our Sangeeta ma'am. As she was called out, "Sangeeta, it's your turn." Before she could say anything or express her nervousness, someone pushed her gently into the river. I felt as if my feet were frozen. I started shivering, my teeth were chattering. I caught hold of the rope and started putting my feet firmly on the river bed. As I walked further in, the river got deeper and slowly the water reached up to my neck. In the middle of the river, I lost my balance and started slipping. I was so scared and felt so cold that the rope slipped from my hands and I started shouting for help. Now this is a misadventure, students. Let's focus very carefully on it because all of us should be very preventive while doing something like this. जब भी बच्चों हम बहुत ज़्यादा डर जाते हैं तो either our body starts to shiver or we feel so cold. This is what happened with Sangeeta. वो इतना डर गई थी कि her body, her feet, her legs started to feel so cold as if they were frozen. She started shivering and her teeth chattering. Her teeth chattering was a byproduct of her shivering. इतना ज़्यादा डर गई थी वो बच्चों, उन्हें इतना ज़्यादा scariness or nervousness feel हो रहा था कि her teeth start to chatter due to shivering. And due to being so afraid of the adventure, what happened? She lost the rope from her hands. उनके हाथ से जो थी rope, जो थी उनकी protection के लिए थी, वो उनके हाथ से छूट गई और firmly उनके जो feet थे, they started to touch the river bed. जैसे जैसे वो धीरे धीरे deep जाती गई, she was all the more scared and she started calling for help. I was sure I would be carried away by the river, but no, I found out that I was tied with the rope to the sling. Hold the rope, hold the rope. I could hear the shouts. I somehow managed to get hold of the rope and pull myself forward. Slowly, with some courage, I reached the river bank. I felt a special kind of happiness as I came out of the water. Happiness on finishing a challenging task. Now, standing on the bank, I was calling out to the others to hold the rope tightly. I knew that this confidence was a result of facing a challenge with courage. Students, अभी तो हम सब और संगीता मैम बहुत डर गई थी, but here is some good news for us. Although she was carried away a little, but what she thought was that now she won't survive because she will be carried away by the river with itself. But what happened was that she found out the sling that was attached to her rope helped her. Everybody started to shout and cheer her, hold the rope, hold the rope. That is when she realized that she was not going to get carried away. कि वो रिवर के साथ बहकती हुई नहीं चली जाएंगी, क्योंकि बच्चों हमने उनकी प्रोटेक्शन के लिए, उनके ग्रुप ने उनकी प्रोटेक्शन के लिए बहुत सारे मेजर्स लिए थे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अटैचिंग योरसेल्फ टू द स्लिंग ऑफ द रोप. Now she, with a lot of courage, with a lot of bravery, she reached the river bank. Now, after reaching the river bank, there came a sense of happiness, a sense of proud feeling. Why was that, students? Because ऐसा हमारे साथ भी बहुत बार होता है. जब भी हम कुछ ऐसा accomplish करते हैं which seems to be very difficult, जो हमें बहुत मुश्किल लगता है, and when we do it, for example, it could be any adventurous task, it could be running, it could be some exercise, it could be finishing up with some chapter. तो जब हम उसे finish कर लेते हैं, we feel so happy. That is what happened with Sangeeta, because she had completed her very courageous task by facing a real challenge. Students, let's find out and write what do we think about this story. What kind of tools are needed for climbing mountains? I'm sure we all know a lot of tools, but the very common ones are a hook, which is very important, ropes, then slings are important. Sometimes, in a lot of cases, we also require pythons. All of these are the basic tools that are required for any sport. Have you ever seen a hook and rope being used for anything else? Where? Students, I remember we did a chapter on water and I showed you a practical experiment of a well. That is where a rope and a hook are being used practically. तो बच्चों, जब एक rope और एक हुक इकट्ठे अटैच्ड होते हैं तो हम उन्हें बहुत इजीली कुछ पुल या पुश करने में यूज कर सकते हैं, जैसे इन द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ अ वेल. What else can we use if we want to cross a river in the mountains? Students, I'm sure you're going to write a lot of answers here, but we can definitely use a helmet, a harness, cross a river in the mountains that keeps us protected from even when we fall. Why do we need extra energy on the mountains? तो बच्चों, जैसा कि हमने पिछले सेगमेंट में डिस्कस किया था कि हमें विटामिन सी और आयरन टैबलेट्स क्यों चाहिए थी, या जब हम कुछ भी क्लाइंब करते हैं जैसे क्लाइंबिंग स्टेयर्स, why do we need more energy, students? This is because जब भी हम कोई फिजिकल वर्क करते हैं तो हमारी बॉडी की एनर्जी ड्रेन आउट होती है. जैसे जैसे हम वो फिजिकल वर्क करते जाते हैं वो एनर्जी जो है रिलीज होनी शुरू हो जाती है, एंड दैट इज व्हेन वी स्टार्ट टू फील वीक. दैट इज व्हाई इन ऑर्डर टू फील एनर्जेटिक, in order to feel your strength, we need to do a lot, such as having those supplements like vitamin C tablets or glucose water, stuff like that, to keep climbing the mountains. Have you ever heard of anyone who has done something adventurous and what? I'm sure, students, all of you must have seen in the movies or in some books or in your chapters or somewhere or the other, or some of you even must have done the adventures yourself. For example, I just told that a lot of times we are trekking without even knowing it. जैसे कि हम में से कभी कोई पिलग्रिम स्टेशन गया हो, या जैसे मैंने आपको वैष्णो देवी का एग्जाम्पल दिया था, यहाँ कोई भी जगह जहाँ पर आपको कोई भी चढ़ाई करनी पड़े, I think that is an adventure in itself. What I remember is a woman called Bachendri Pal, जिनके बारे में हम इस चैप्टर में भी पढ़ने वाले हैं, to know more about her story. Have you ever done anything adventurous? If yes, tell your class, write about it in your onwards. तो बच्चों ऐसा कोई भी चीज़ जो आपको लगता है full of adventures, full of sports, you can write about it and discuss it in your class, with your parents, with your family. Let us move ahead to another very interesting story now. This one is called rock climbing. We had to climb 15 kilometers to reach Tekla village. It was at a height of 1600 meters. Our rucksack had all that we may need, such as food packets, water bottle, rope, hook, plastic sheet, diary, torch, towel, soap, wind cheater, whistle, glucose, jaggery, chana, and some other snacks. We could see fruits and vegetables growing in the steppe fields. We saw Colonel Ram Singh standing on a 90 meters high flat rock with pegs and ropes. तो स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पे एक रॉक क्लाइंबिंग की स्टोरी है. रॉक क्लाइंबिंग बेसिकली क्या होता है, जब बहुत बहुत बड़े जो रॉक्स हैं वो इकट्ठा होकर एक हिल की शेप में कंटेन होते हैं और उसे हम always remember with a lot of preventive measures and professional help जब climb करते हैं, that is called rock climbing. Now the person starts by telling us that they had to climb 15 kilometers to reach the Tekla village, जो कि कितनी हाइट पे था बच्चों, 1600 meters, which is a lot of height. Our rucksacks यानी कि जो भी उनके बैग्स थे उसके अंदर वो सारी ज़रूरत की चीज़ें थी, such as their food packets, water bottle, rope, hook, all of this to climb the rock, then plastic sheet to stay in, diary to write something, torch to use when there is no light, towel, soap, wind cheater जब बहुत ज़्यादा हवा चले या उन्हें कुछ धोना हो, whistle किस लिए होगी बच्चों, can you guess? Let me tell you, it is used to send auditory signals. इसका क्या मतलब है बच्चों, वो signals जो कभी कभी हम अपने हाथ दिखाकर या कुछ बहुत loudly चिल्लाकर नहीं बोल सकते, but when we are asking for help or we're trying to communicate, we blow the whistle. Glucose to keep us energetic, jaggery to keep our mouth full of stuff, chana and some other snacks. They could also see the fruits and vegetables while climbing the rock in the step field fashion. तो step field fashion वो type की farming है बच्चों, जब हम step farming करते हैं. This is a common practice in the hilly areas. They also saw their colonel Ram Singh, who was standing on a 90-meter high rock. इतनी लंबी, इतनी ऊंची rock पर with pegs and ropes. Pegs and ropes are used for rock climbing, students. We had been told to first observe the rock carefully and identify holes, places where we can put our hands and feet. Today, I was not going to back out. I stood first in the line. तो स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पे क्या बताया गया कि जब भी आपको रॉक क्लाइंब करनी है तो आपको होल्ड्स यानी जहाँ पे भी आप अपने हाथ या पैर को रेस्ट करके अपना वेट पुल अप कर सकें उसको आइडेंटिफाई करना है और वहीं पर आपको स्टिक करके आगे बढ़ना है. नाउ शी टेल्स अस कि आज वो पीछे नहीं खड़े होने वाली थी बिकॉज शी वांटेड टू डू दिस एडवेंचर वेरी ईगरली. Our instructor tied a rope around his waist. He put the sling and held the thick rope which was hanging. He started climbing as if he was running up. I also put my sling, but as I took my first step, I slipped. And there I was, swinging from the rope. Keep your body at an angle of 90 degrees while climbing, I heard. Keep your back straight and do not bend. Keeping this in mind, I imagined the rock as flat ground and started to climb up. Again, while coming down, we had to use the rope in a very special way called rappelling, and I did the same with same fearlessness. तो बच्चों ये थोड़ा सा प्रोसीजर है about how to climb a rock. फर्स्ट थिंग्स फर्स्ट कि आपको अपने वेस्ट पे रोप को बांधना है, स्लिंग से अटैच करना है जिससे आप गिरे भी, कोई बाई चांस मिस एडवेंचर की फॉल भी हो जाए तो यू आर वेल प्रोटेक्टेड. Now what she saw was that her instructor climbed so well and so quickly, so swiftly. Why? Because he or she must have been a professional. But what happened with her was whenever she took her first step, she fell down. She started to slip. जैसे कि बच्चों हम कोई नई चीज़ करते हैं और उसको करने के लिए हम बिल्कुल परफेक्टली नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो समटाइम्स वी फेल बट वी डू नॉट स्टॉप ट्राइंग। उसके बाद हम क्या देखते हैं बच्चों, पीछे से एक आवाज़ आती है और उन्हें बताती है दैट कीप योर बैक स्ट्रेट, अपनी बैक को बिल्कुल स्ट्रेट रखना, एक 90 डिग्री का एंगल बनाना, एंड डू नॉट बेंड टू क्लाइंब स्विफ्टली। अब वो वही सोच के आगे बढ़ती हैं और बार बार अच्छी तरीके से क्लाइंब करती हैं और इसी के साथ एक नया मेथड सीखती हैं व्हाइल कमिंग डाउन, विच इज़ कॉल्ड रैपलिंग, जो वो बिल्कुल फियरलेसनेस से करती हैं। रैपलिंग इज़ अ मेथड जिसके अंदर हम रोप को लिफ्ट डाउन करके बहुत स्विफ्टली नीचे आ सकते हैं। लेट अस सी स्टूडेंट्स व्हाट डू वी थिंक अबाउट दिस स्टोरी। हैव यू एवर क्लाइम्ड अ ट्री? How did you feel? Were you scared? Did you ever fall? I'm sure students बचपन में हम में से कुछ लोगों ने तो पक्का ही ये करा होगा, और हमने नहीं तो our parents must have done this or their parents. Climbing a tree was a very famous activity when our parents must have been younger. I'm sure my parents must have done it. I, however, have not done it. But if you have done it, feel free to write. But I am sure without even doing it, I am feeling very scared. Have you ever seen someone climb a small wall? What do you think is the difference between climbing a wall and climbing a high rock? This is very important बच्चों। क्या आपने कभी किसी को कोई छोटे लेवल की या छोटी हाइट की रॉक या वॉल क्लाइंब करते हुए देखा है? अगर नहीं देखा बच्चों, we can all look at the pictures, but other than that what's important is कि एक बड़े रॉक को क्लाइंब करना या एक वॉल को क्लाइंब करने में क्या डिफरेंस होता है। तो बच्चों, क्लाइंबिंग अ रॉक कम्स विद मोर डिफिकल्टी, मोर चैलेंजेस, वेयर एज एक वॉल को क्लाइंब करना आसान होता है बिकॉज इट इज़ आर्टिफिशियल। एक आर्टिफिशियल हमने प्लांट करा है उसको, और हमारे पास स्टिकर्स होते हैं टू क्लाइंब। वेयर एज इन अ रॉक हमें अपने स्लिंग और रोप के साथ अपने होल्ड्स को आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ता है, इसीलिए रॉक क्लाइंबिंग इज मच मोर डिफिकल्ट बट चैलेंजिंग एंड एडवेंचरस। Let us move forward to a very funny incident and another story. This is dated on 14th February 1984. It was evening. Khondombi was feeling hungry. We did not have anything to eat. She jumped over the fence and got into a field. Just then, a woman came from behind and caught hold of her bag. She started saying something to Khondombi in her own language. We could not understand what she was saying. Khondombi was trying to explain in her Mizo. So students, since Khondombi हिंदी या कोई और इंग्लिश या कोई भी लैंग्वेज नहीं बोल पाती थी, तो उनसे इतना कम्युनिकेशन, इतना कॉन्वर्सेशन नहीं होता था। पर क्या हुआ, एक दिन वो बहुत ज़्यादा भूखी थी, हंग्री थी, जैसा हमने देखा। Suddenly she quickly plucked 2 big cucumbers. उन्होंने उसे प्लक करा, and just as she came back, what she saw was that someone started to say something in her own language, which was Mizo. Khondombi was trying to explain in Mizo language which we could not understand. I tried to explain in Hindi, but neither of them could understand it. Finally, I folded my hands to say that we were sorry. तो अब जो भी वो explain करना चाहती थी बच्चों, क्योंकि यहाँ पे एक language barrier है, इसलिए वो explain नहीं कर पाई, और इसीलिए at the end all they had to do was say sorry and let it go. But then our group had gone far ahead. It was already dark. I thought we had lost our way. Now we were really scared. We could not see anything even with our torches. I started sweating even though it was cold. I tightly held Khondombi's hand. I called out loudly, "Where are you all? Can you hear me?" My voice echoed in the mountains. We both started to whistle loudly and flashed our torches. Probably the group had noticed that we were missing. We heard some whistles at a distance. I understood the signal. We held each other's hand tightly and waited. Khondombi felt that we should keep talking. She started singing a Mizo song loudly. After some time, we saw them coming towards us. At last, we were with the group again. So what happened with them were students. एक बारी उनका ग्रुप बहुत आगे चला गया और संगीता मैम और खोंदोम भी पीछे रह गए। Now what they realized was that whenever they were shouting there was a lot of echoing. Echoing का मतलब बच्चों, जब भी हम किसी ऐसे एरिया में होते हैं जहाँ हमारी आवाज़ गूंजती है. अगर आप लोगों ने ये नहीं देखा है, what all of you can do is you can visit your bathrooms or your washrooms and you can experience echo. तो ये माउंटेन्स में बहुत ज़्यादा होता है बच्चों. जैसे ही वो गए उन्होंने देखा कि उनकी आवाज़ एको होने लगी. बट they were very smart to realize कि अगर उनका ग्रुप उनसे दूर चला गया है, they should send signals. Now how should they do it? I remember we discussed it in the start. They did it by blowing whistles and flashing their torches. तो बच्चों उन्होंने visual और auditory दोनों signals भेजे. And Khondhombi also realized a very important thing, that they should keep talking. So she started to sing a Mizo song very loudly. इससे क्या हुआ बच्चों? ग्रुप ने ये realize करा कि वो दोनों missing है, and they also started to flash their torches and blowing the whistle. What happened was कि वो उनको ढूंढ लेते हैं कैसे, with the help of those signals. Now this was a very relieving moment for both of them because they were back with the group again. Let us see about the few questions here. Is there anyone in your class whose language you do not understand, or who does not understand yours? What do you do in such a case? तो बच्चों, जैसा कि हमने डाइवर्सिटी के बारे में बात की थी, especially in our country where there are such diverse cultures and languages, it is very important for us to realize that no language is better than the other. ऐसे बहुत सारे बच्चे होते हैं जो हमारी लैंग्वेज नहीं समझ पाते और कुछ बच्चों की लैंग्वेज हम नहीं समझ पाते. आई एम श्योर बच्चों you all must have imagined or came across a same situation. What you must have done is up to you, but what you should have done is to try and build some communication between you guys and try to learn new and more languages. Have you ever lost your way? What did you do then? I remember as a child, once I lost my way and my first instinct was to ask help from someone whosoever felt accessible and call my parents. Students, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान रखना चाहिए जब हम बाहर जाते हैं, especially जब हम अकेले होते हैं, which also calls for our leadership qualities and responsibility. Write your experiences, students. Ask from your parents that has anything like this ever happened to you and what did you do? Why do you think Khondhombi would have sung loudly? तो स्टूडेंट्स, ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि खोंदोम्बी ने, ऑल्दो वो लैंग्वेज उन्हें समझ नहीं आ रही थी संगीता मैम को या उनके ग्रुप के बाकी लोगों को, पर उन्होंने मीज़ो में वो गाना क्यों गाया होगा लाउडली? ऐसा इसलिए गाया बच्चों ताकि उनका जो ग्रुप है वो आवाज़ सुन सके और उनकी तरफ डायरेक्ट हो सके एंड दे कुड फाइंड देम. अनदर थिंग, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड हियर दैट वी शुड मेंशन, दैट दिस इज एन auditory signal. Have you ever seen someone doing something special to get over their fear? What and when? Students, a lot of us experience a lot of different fears around us. For example, me, as a kid, I was always scared to go into the water. What I did to overcome that was I learned swimming. So बच्चों, ऐसे बहुत सारे fears होते हैं that you all must have experienced. So write your own experiences about what you must have done to overcome them. Ask your friend for a book without speaking. Try to explain something to the class in the same way. Students, this is a very fun activity. तो आप लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? You can do this with your parents, with your friends, with your relatives. That you can have a session for about 15 to 20 minutes. जिसमें the only rule is to not speak. आपको क्या करना है बच्चों? आपको बोले बिना या लिखे बिना you have to communicate. You can do it with your expressions, you can do it with your sign languages, with your hands, with playing some game or anything like that. Let's move ahead to another very special story called A Special Guest. This is the segment which I was talking about, students. This is very important for all of us to pay attention here and understand what special thing we're going to learn now. After dinner, we met a special guest, Bachendri Pal. She had just been selected as a part of the team to climb Mount Everest. She had come to seek the blessings of Brigadier Gyan Singh. It was a happy evening, we were all singing. Bachendri also joined us in singing and dancing on the famous Pahari song Bedu Pako Bara Masa, Kafal Pako Chaita Meri Chaila. At that time, we had no idea that Bachendri would become the first Indian woman to reach Mount Everest and create history. So, bachcho, this is very important information for all of us as Indians and especially as women, as identifying the first Indian woman who ever reached Mount Everest and created history. तो अभी जब बचेंद्री पाल इनको कैंप में विजिट करती हैं, she had been selected as a team member to climb Everest, which is the highest peak in the world. Students, we should all realize that this is not something easy we're talking about, and we should not practice anything like this at home without professional guidance. तो बच्चों, जब वो आती हैं, she had come to seek blessings of their colonel or Brigadier Gyan Singh, and it was a very happy, cheery evening as they all danced on the famous Pahari song. And at that time, as Sangeeta ma'am mentions, कि किसी को भी idea नहीं था that she would accomplish this so much for our country and become the first woman to ever climb the Everest. Let us look at this new camp in the snow. We were standing at a height of 2134 meters, which is quite a lot, students. We were to spend the night here. Everyone was busy trying to put up the tent. We used double-layered plastic sheets for the tent and for the ground. The air between the layers would help to keep us warm. We put in the pegs and began to put up the tent. As we tied it from one side and the wind flew the tent from the other side, after quite a lot of pulling and tugging, we managed to get the tent up. Then we dug a drain around the tent. So, bachcho, this is a very fascinating story about a camp which is particularly there in the snow. As we can see, it is more than 2000 meters as a height. उनको वहाँ पे वो रात बितानी थी and everybody in their group was trying to put up the tent. Why a tent is necessary here, students? Because बाहर बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड होती है, तो if you are not surrounded by something with insulation, we might not be able to overcome such difficult weather. Now they used double-layered plastic sheets for the tent and for the ground. Why was this used, students? Plastic would block the very cold, freezing winds from coming in and they would keep them warm. Now they started to put the pegs and began to put up the tent. जैसे जैसे उन्होंने एक साइड से उसे करना शुरू किया बच्चों, there was a lot of pulling and tugging. मतलब आपको कभी खींचना पड़ रहा था, कभी you had to tug it in, pulling and tugging, and a series of that. But they managed to get the tent up. They also dug a drain around the tent. So bachcho, you are all going to think that why was there a drain around the tent, and we're going to discuss it in the end. We were feeling very hungry. We collected some firewood and stones to make a chula and some cooked food. After the meal, we collected all the waste in a bag to clean the campsite. Soon we got into our sleeping bags. I was not sure if I would be able to sleep in it. Would it be comfortable? Why would I not feel cold? But the bags were filled with soft feathers which help in keeping us warm. We were all very tired, so very soon we fell asleep. तो बच्चों, since she was not experienced, उनके लिए एक बहुत ज़्यादा new चीज़ थी. As for all of us, कभी-कभी हम किसी tricky weather condition में जाते हैं तो हमें बहुत मुश्किल होती है वहाँ adapt करने में. That is what happened with her. Although they were all very hungry, they gathered some firewood जिससे वो आग जला सकें, कुछ raw food को cook कर सकें उसके ऊपर और sustain कर सकें. Although they had a big bag to clean up the waste, they still had the drain. Now she was not sure if she would be able to sleep in a sleeping bag as she had never done it. It was very cold, and will she be warm enough to sleep as the weather was very, very difficult and freezing cold. But what happened was, as soon as she got there were small feathers that would keep them warm with insulation, and that is why she fell asleep real quick. The next morning, we woke up and found that it was snowing. While soft, fluffy snowflakes were gently falling. Wow, it was so beautiful. The plants, the trees, the grass and the mountains, everything looked white. Today, we were to climb higher to 2700 meters. We walked carefully on the snow with the help of sticks. It was difficult because we kept slipping. By afternoon, we had reached snow-covered mountains. We enjoyed throwing snowballs at each other and making a big snowman. तो जैसे वो उठे बच्चों, उन्होंने क्या देखा? A beautiful sight of snowing. It had snowed and everything around them was white. I'm sure बच्चों, अगर आप कभी कहीं pictures देखें of somewhere where it has snowed, or if you have experienced this in real life, even the trees, even the houses, even the cars, everything around turns white. But what another challenge for them was that they had to climb even higher, which is now 2700 meters. Although they started walking with sticks very carefully, but it was a very slippy region. क्योंकि बच्चों जो बर्फ होती है वो धीरे धीरे पिघल भी रही होती है और उससे पानी का भी बन रहा होता है, तो जैसे जैसे हम पैर रखते हैं we started to slip. So it is very important for us to be cautious at every step. But by the time they had learned to do it, they reached the top and they started playing with each other with the help of snow. They made snowman and a lot of other fun things. This makes us come to our last day at camp. We were getting ready for the campfire. Each group presented a program. We were enjoying telling jokes and laughing and singing and dancing around the campfire. Soon it was midnight. Brigadier Gyan Singh got up and called me. I thought, oh no, what I would have done this time. But when Sir announced my name for the Best Performance Award, I stood still. He blessed me and tears of joy rolled down my face. Since this was the last day of their very fun adventurous camp, what they did was make a lot of fun around their campsite. They gathered firewood, light it up, they had bonfire, they started telling jokes, sharing their stories, had fun by dancing, music, listening to music, singing and all of it. But the very important element and the most important thing here is when their Brigadier Singh called up Sangeeta ma'am, but before he could announce, she was very nervous again and thought, ab maine kya kar diya, which happens with all of us students when some authoritative person calls up and we had been given with some responsibility. Jaise hi aisa hota hai bachcho. But what she realizes is the outcome was very, very beautiful. She was announced as the Best Performance Award. She was blessed and stood still for the excitement and happiness. Let us start by discussing about the great story we just read. Why do you think there was a drain dug around the tent? Students, as I asked you to think about it, I'm sure you must have penned down a lot of answers. Why I think there was a drain was to avoid wastage, was to control their waste management, and also for a good supply of water. Besides mountaineering, what are the other activities that can be called adventurous and why? Students, a lot of activities like rock climbing, trekking, crossing the river, and all of these can be called adventure activities, or they could also be getting on a Ferris wheel if that's adventure for you. So you can write a lot of adventure activities such as long jump, high jump, and all of these sports and activities that you find are adventurous. Students, anything that brings us a lot of joy and adventure can be called as adventurous activities. I just mentioned mine. Feel free to write yours. This is a very good imaginative reflective task about you are on a mountain. How do you feel there? What can you see? What do you feel like doing there? तो यहाँ पे बच्चों आपको इमेजिन करना है कि आप माउंटेन पे हैं और आपको वहाँ कैसा लग रहा है. A few keywords if I can add, it would be thrilling, cold, marvelous, and beautiful scenery, beautiful landscape, peaceful, and all of these experiences. You can also write what do you feel like doing, like adventure activities or just relaxing in the laps of nature, listening to the song of the birds, watching the beautiful serene landscape, and all of these. Students, you can imagine your own mountain and can write about it. Let us move forward to what happened ahead. Alone on the mountain top, a 12-year-old girl living in the mountains was out on a school picnic. She climbed a mountain peak of 4,000 meters with her friends, which is very tough, students. The girls had done this for fun and adventure. Soon it was dark and they could not come down. It was also cold and scary. They were alone, without any food, and it was a long night. This happened to Bachendri Pal, played when she was a young girl. Bachendri Pal grew in Nakuri village in the Garhwal area of Uttarakhand. When she grew older, she joined Nehru Institute of Mountaineering located in Uttarkashi. Her guide was Brigadier Gyan Singh. Bachendri did very well in her training. She started to train women in mountaineering courses. In 1984, Bachendri was selected as a team member to climb the Mount Everest. So students, यहाँ पे हम क्या देखते हैं कि जो 12-year-old girl है वो बचेंद्री पाल है और एक बार ऐसे ही फन और एडवेंचर के लिए she had climbed 4,000 meters. This way she discovered her passion and later on she admitted herself to the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. She was from a Garhwal district in Uttarakhand and that is when she met Brigadier Gyan Singh. He was her trainer. Soon after she did very well in her training, she started to train other women for mountaineering activities. Now, in 1984, as we discussed, she was selected as a team member to climb the Mountain Everest. This is now about the snowstorm. There were 7 women in that 18-member team. On the night of 15th May, the team was very tired after having reached a height of 7,300 meters. The team put up their tents and went to sleep. Around midnight, they heard a loud sound and then a bang. Before they were fully awake, the tent flew off and something very heavy hit them. There was a terrible snowstorm. Bachendri was almost buried under the snow and was hurt on the head. Many of the team members were also injured. The others used snow picks and axes to dig out those who had been buried under the snow. The rest of the team members returned to the base camp, but Bachendri went ahead, climbing slowly but steadily towards the peak. It was 7 minutes past 1 o'clock in the afternoon of 23rd May when Bachendri Pal stepped onto the peak of 8,900 meter high Mount Everest, also called Sagar Matha in Nepal. So students, this is the story of a very heavy snowstorm and how Bachendri Pal reacted to it. 15th, she was surrounded with an 18-member women with 7 women team climbing the Mount Everest, which followed by on the night of 15th May, they were very tired and they had already reached a height of 7,300 meters. तो बच्चों धीरे धीरे जैसे जैसे आप इतनी हाइट पे चढ़ने लगते हैं, यू स्टार्ट टू फील डिफरेंट कंडीशंस अराउंड यू. जैसे लेवल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन डिक्रीजेस, यू फील वेरी मच कोल्ड एंड यू स्टार्ट टू फील टायर्ड मोर स्विफ्टली, मोर रैपिड. Around midnight, they heard a loud sound and a bang. तो around the midnight time क्या सुना उन्होंने बच्चों कि एक बहुत बड़ा स्नो स्टॉर्म जो है हिट कर गया है. Bachendri was almost buried under the snow and was hurt on her head. तो उनके सर पे चोट लग गई थी और बहुत सारे और टीम मेंबर्स भी इंजर्ड थे. They used snow picks and axes to dig out the snow, which is a very important tool whenever you're climbing a snow mountain. बाकी सारे जो टीम मेंबर्स थे, they returned to the base camp, but Bachendri did not give up. She went ahead and on 23rd May, she reached a peak of 8,900 meters, which is our high Mount Everest, also called Sagar Matha in Nepal. तो ये सागर माथा जो नेपाल में है, ये इसका अलग नेम है, different name है in Nepal. You all should remember that, students. There was another team member with her. There was no space for 2 people to stand at the top at the same time. One slip and they would fall straight thousands of feet below. Bachchandri and her teammate dug into the snow and pitched their axe firmly in the ice. Using this as hook, they tied themselves to it with a rope. Only then two of them could stand there. She was shivering with cold but filled with the warmth of achievement. She bowed her head, pitched the national flag, and took photographs. She spent 43 minutes on the highest peak in the world. Bachchandri Pal became the first Indian woman and the fifth woman in the world to reach the peak of Mount Everest. तो उनके साथ एक उनके टीम मेंबर और थे. अब बच्चों, सिंस वो पीक इतनी ज़्यादा नैरो और स्टीप थी और बहुत रिस्की थी, दो लोग वहाँ एक टाइम पर खड़े नहीं हो सकते थे. In order to maintain that, उन्होंने अपने आप को स्लिंग और रोप्स की हेल्प से एक कंटेन्ड पोजीशन से उसकी स्ट्रेंथ यूज करते हुए टाई करा और उसी की हेल्प से दो लोग इकट्ठे वहां पर खड़े हो सके. They put their axes and they could feel the cold. Even though they were feeling so cold, they had the warmth of achievement in their hearts. ऐसा क्यों हुआ बच्चों? Because she had achieved something so great and so unimaginable for all of us. And that is when she posted a record for our country on becoming the first Indian woman to ever climb the Mount Everest and fifth woman in the world to climb the same. This is a picture of how our Indian flag was also hosted at the place. Let's think and discuss about Bachchandri. Why did Bachchandri put up the Indian flag on the peak? She did that to achieve the accomplishment and to stable it by proving that she was a proud Indian and that an Indian naming her would have done it. So students, ऐसा उन्होंने इसलिए भी करा जिससे वो ये एक नेम अपना मार्क कर सके for her country, to feel that there was an Indian who was there at the peak. When have you seen our national flag being hoisted? Collect information of our national flag. Students, I'm sure whenever there used to be assemblies or parades for Independence Day, Republic Day, you all must have seen the national flag being hoisted. This is a very fun activity of grouping yourself as 6 to 8 children, designing a flag for your group, and explain why did you choose your design. This comes with another international question about, have you seen the flag of any other country and where? तो बच्चों, क्या आपने किसी और कंट्री का फ्लैग देखा है? आई एम श्योर बच्चों, जो हमारी नेबरिंग कंट्रीज हैं उनके फ्लैग आप देख सकते हैं और उनके बारे में भी कुछ ना कुछ लिख सकते हैं. So students, this was a very adventurous lesson for all of us that taught us what it means to be a leader, all the leadership skills and the responsibility that comes with it. We also got to live through Sangeeta ma'am's real life story, who is a teacher at Kendra Vidyalaya, and also we got to know about the first Indian woman who climbed the Mount Everest, who is Bachchandri Pal. I urge you guys, all of you, to look around, make some more surfings and search for who all have accomplished this so far. That will be all for this chapter, and I am sure you all must have felt so adventurous and thrilled while we studied about this one. Students, let's start by discussing what have we learned in the chapter. Explain why it can be adventurous and challenging to climb a mountain. How would you prepare if you were to climb a mountain? What would you take with you? Write in your own words. Students, this would be a summary in your own words about what we have learned in the chapter. For example, if I will tell you my views, how it can be adventurous and challenging, just like we looked in the story, bachcho. How it can be adventurous is because it can bring a lot of pleasure, joy, happiness when we are performing a particular activity. But at the same time, it also makes us feel scary and nervous while we're doing it. Sometimes it is full of challenges as well. Challenges such as falling down, slipping away. That is why it is full of adventure and challenge. What would I take when I were to climb a mountain would be stuff like food such as snacks, chana, glucose, vitamin C tablets, and all the energy giving food. What would you take with you, students? You can also add rugs, ropes, axes, etc. for your own protection. Don't forget to add first aid kits to your list, students. They are very, very, very important for any adventurous activity.